Type 9. DJI tribe? I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Welcome back to another week of the Everyday Growth Advisors live stream. I know you missed me. Did you miss me? I don't know if you missed me, man. But you know what? I'm back. I'm finally done with my my finals for my... Which quarter is this? I think it's the third quarter. Yes? I believe it's the third quarter. Let's see how many more I have. I have 2 more quarters. I'm done with the first, second, third. Yes, this is my third quarter. I have another 2 more quarters, and this coming quarter in spring 2021, I'm going to be doing fixed income and derivative market, which is going to be pretty fun on the masters level. I had a little bit of derivatives this quarter as well. Kind of had to do some fun stuff this final to use the Black-Scholes model to kind of predict some options pricing. If you guys are interested in what that looks like, hit me up on the side. I'll send you what that looks like. And then the quarter after that, my final quarter in summer with financial engineering, risk management, portfolio management, and ethics and standards, professional standards and compliance. And then I'm done with my masters completely. So really looking forward to it. And what can I say? It's been a crazy journey. I feel like you guys have all been a part of my master's journey, and so I almost feel like we're a family, like, who's just kind of cheering me on, and I really appreciate it. But how are you guys doing? How has everything been? And I hope that you guys are at least staying sane out there, wherever you are, and just keeping it real, 100, as we always do, right? Let's have a look at this market breakdown today. Once again, speedy market breakdown. None of that stuff that's dragged out long for 1 hour. These live streams are going to be pretty quick now. If you have a ticker that you want me to break down, make sure you put it there. Also, make sure you like and subscribe. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit the like button. Thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate it. And yeah, let's get this bread, guys. Okay, so let's look at the news here. Billions, secret derivatives, under Goldman, U-turn on okay, whatever. Giant ship is moved to and fro to break suction. Okay. Alright. Knots may sea shipping knots may take a few months to entangle. Damn! Crazy. Man, this whole shipping thing, also pretty crazy. Oil rises with market eyeing OPEC plus meeting. U.S. futures fall as block trades rattle nerves. So I don't know if you guys know, but there was about $20 or $30 billion worth of block trades put in by market makers and institutions last Friday, or rather the whole of last week. Outflows from equities, but I don't know if that was a bad thing though. They were mainly selling Chinese stocks, and in my opinion, this is a great opportunity to buy some. But we'll get to this in a second. This is literally the topic of discussion today. When people are running away from these things, you gotta run towards it. So, Tencent music plans 1 billion buyback after whatever. Great Wall Street Thailand sees okay. Raising money for self-driving unit. Okay. Alright, not much here on Bloomberg. What is this? Everything for okay, cool. We have chip shortages continue every time. Let's see what's happening with the Wall Street Journal here. Credit Suisse, Nora Warren, financial hit from fund sell-off. Risk of investment banking. Okay. Next target trigger. There's 30 billion large stock sales. So something must have happened here. And I'll read about this and see what happened. Value of SPAC, IPOs and mergers monthly. Whew! Look at that. Crazy. SPACs are the stock market's hottest trend. Here's how they work. We've been talking about SPACs for a year. Now it's the hottest trend. Bro. We've been talking about this for a whole year. You guys realize that? I started mentioning SPACs on this live stream like literally last year in like April or May. Suez Canal container ship is partially freed. Woo-hoo! Finally, right? Stocks favored in reopening trade. Can you guys imagine the sheer amount of pent-up demand that we have in this world right now? The amount of people who are just going to like go completely bonkers once we get travel opened up. I swear, I mean, one of those people will for sure be me. Like I'm gonna try and travel across the entire world, go and see as many places as I can, right? And bring my EGA tribe with me for sure, right? You guys are gonna go along with me. I'm gonna make some bomb ass YouTube videos so that you guys can come and visit the world with me. But before that happens, it's gonna be a little while, right? It's gonna be a little while. How many of y'all want to see stuff like that? I wonder. Let's look at the pre-market movers here. Okay. Wow. What is this? Twitter 2% up. Chubb, Allstate, Boeing is up 2% to 250. That means the Dow Jones is doing better than expected. Or is it not? No, it's not actually. Oh, Dow is trending downward. So something's a reason why the Boeing's up. Everything else looks pretty stable to me so far. Okay, pre-market, not really a lot of things showing here. Very flat pre-market. Well, it's very uneventful because this week is actually supposed to be a pretty action-packed week. But Chinese stocks are seeing some inflows. Viacom. This was outflow, but China Farm, Tencent Music, some other like China EC is down 2%. What else? Earnings season has pretty much come to a halt or to an end. So now we're gonna have like about a week or two of a limbo. Well, there'll be a very few companies reporting earnings now, and then on April 14th. The week of April 12th, sorry, the earnings season starts again. So this is the week when we start to get into earnings again. So you can expect some kind of interesting spoofing activities this next 1 to 2 weeks. I went through this information in the live stream. The webinar. I hope that you watched the webinar. Go check it out if you haven't. Is it time to buy the dip? Yes, it is time to buy the dip. It is time to buy the dip on Chinese stocks for sure. Down 30% from the highs almost. 30, well, it was 30%, now it's 28%. But I bought the dip on Friday when KWeb was like really low. And I will continue to add positions if I need. On the daily, it looks beautiful, bounce off the 200 EMA here. And we'll see if we can, continue up to this uptrend here. I never listen to news. I never listen to whatever the people have to say. I just go by my own valuations. I know many of these companies that are part of KWeb are undervalued right now. I'm going for it, right? What is undervalued? Baba, severely undervalued, right? What is our valuation of Baba? Our valuation of Baba is $347. Baidu, what is our valuation of Baidu? It's $282. So we have a lot of these businesses that are just straight up undervalued, right? And then you have IQ. This one's actually overvalued, right? This one got sold off like nuts. Actually came down straight to our intrinsic value and bounced right on it. If you look at that, crazy, huh? How crazy is that? Literally bounced right there too. Funny. JD at intrinsic value at 88.50 and is trading at 82. This is also undervalued. So these are all part of KWeb, which is what I purchased. And I've assigned a whole bunch of stock on Friday. I bought a bunch of stock. I bought also some diversified aerospace. So I bought some ITA, which is the aerospace defense ETF. I know I should have bought it a little earlier, but I was going for a more diversified approach, and it was on a dip here, the 20 EMA, so I went for it. I know that this has some considerable upside, so my position is not very big on this one. Maybe I think I took like 7 shares or maybe 10 shares, something like that. And I'll be holding this for long term. Okay. Okay. Now, pre-market movers on the S&P 500. Viacom down. Apple's up a little bit. American Airlines. Not much here. Boeing's up 2%. That's the main one. Dow. Goldman Sachs down 2%. Majority of the banks are down, and I think it's a good time to short some banks, guys. Honestly, in my opinion, good time to start taking some bearish position on banks. And the technicals are also going to kind of weigh in on this. Actually, I wanted to short banks on Friday, but then we didn't end up doing it. So we were waiting for the breakout here to see if we were going to short it. It was in a downtrend channel here. Shorting JP Morgan down to the 149s is a good idea. It might get there today. And if that happens, that means money's flowing out of the Dow today. So watch that to happen. Rotation between Dow, maybe buy up of some NASDAQ stocks. There's a possibility. Just keep your eyes on those rotations that will be happening intraday. I'll be trading with my team today live, and if you want to join us, the link is in the chat. If you haven't taken a look at what our Discord offers, this is what we offer. Go have a look at it, and if you want a coupon code to join, DM me on Instagram, DM me on Discord, wherever, and I'll give you a discount code to join our community. Okay. This pre-market scanner here, let's see, anything interesting? Not really, Zendesk. Okay, guys, important things to note for this week is this week we have unemployment rates on Friday, as well as non-farm payroll. Okay, so basically job numbers are coming out this week, right? And it's gonna be one of those things that will be high impact news. So remember, the state of the economy is going to be determined by unemployment. I've mentioned about this before. The unemployment rate is the single most important rate. It usually happens the third Friday of the month. This is the third Friday of the month. Technically, it's the last Friday. Oh, sorry, it's the last Friday of the month. And this is the last Friday of the month, and so that's when unemployment is news comes out. And so it's another month here of news and how the economy is going to be doing. We have a Fed that has a stance of keeping interest rates low, but then they've projected their rates to be pushed forward to Q1 of 2023. This poses or is giving the markets kind of jitters. 10-year bond rates have somewhat stabilized, I would say. We went up to a peak of 1.74 on the 19th of March, and now we're back at 1.67. We were creeping up, and now we're back to the 1.67. We'll see. I think there is a real possibility that the 10-year gets to about 1.9 or 2, which will be the yield sometime in mid May or June, July, somewhere around there. There is a possibility, because as inflation rises and the expectation for equities rise, the bond market's going to continue to sell off here, because nobody's going to want to hold bonds at all. Okay, and so I can almost guarantee that the Fed is going to have to step in and buy some bonds back. They will do it eventually. It's when they're going to do it, and that's what's going to cause the sell-off, or another sell-off in the next cycle or the next wave of sell-offs, right? Which obviously will be sometime in the future, but we need a run first, a kind of a nice bull run first, right? So that will be in the future, but I'm thinking waves ahead right now, and I probably shouldn't be doing that, because that's probably a bad idea. But yeah, just think about it from that perspective, and then you'll understand, right? And then at that same time, banks will come down now, right? They'll come down now. Banks will come down for now, and then later rally, right? They will rally later. Why? Because banks will rally in that kind of a environment when interest rates get spiked, because banks benefit from that situation. Okay, higher interest rates, more money by banks. Okay, that's good. In terms of insider trading, not much here except for a few big sellers. Moderna general counsel secretary sold 87% of her share. Not really a sizable amount though, honestly, like less than $1 million. Who else here? Dollar General, EVP and CFO sold 45%. This was a sizable amount, 5 point some million. Not really that big of a deal neither still. Dell CFO sold 70% of his shares. And yeah, let's see if anyone bought any shares. No one really bought any shares. So yeah, we know that investors can sell for a whole bunch of reasons, but the latest shares that were bought were, let's see. Well, not really that recent, but look at this. Microsoft director bought some shares at $236. That's a good one. CVS director bought some as well, back in February. ExxonMobil director bought a whole bunch of shares. We were talking about this before, and then Exxon popped through the roof. Remember that? I don't know if you guys remember that, but I was talking about XOM for a while. We traded XOM successfully on our Discord, multiple times actually, and we're still still considering playing BP as a longer term play. Snow, 10% owner of the company, iconic strategic partner, bought 70% more shares. Remember, insiders only buy for one reason, but they sell for multiple reasons, right? Oracle, Visa, chairman and CEO, bought some shares. Salesforce, president and CLO, chairman of the board, bought shares. $7 million worth of shares at $252. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Crazy. Okay, so there's a lot of insider buying, and I think it's notable. We should definitely look at this week, I guess. Oh, come on. Okay, no buyers. Cool. All right. Got it. Okay, great. So what's up, guys? Wow, very quiet today. How are you guys doing? Nobody even chatting at all. Hi, guys. How are you all? Good morning, Santos. What's up? What's up, Mark? Alex, literally writing some R code right now for class that uses Black-Scholes model to simulate our design financial model. That makes sense. I just did that this quarter. If you need help, let me know. I can help you out. Susie, what's up? Hi, good morning. Doing good. What's up, Peter? What up, Mario? Are you able to share what's this bubble that Ray Dalio is talking about? How are you? I'm good. The bubble that Ray Dalio is talking about is in comparison to the other time frames and the other bubbles that have occurred. So, I was actually reading this earlier just to see what he was talking about. Prices relative to traditional measures, and then he's talking about the 1920s, the dot-com bubble, and 2007. These two were bubbles, and then this wasn't. And then he's talking about these are all the current conditions, right, compared to the previous bubbles. Now, today, in the total stock market, our prices are not relatively high compared to traditional measures. They are somewhat frothy, right? In emerging tech, yes, we are frothy, which means to say we are getting there. We're getting there, right? Remember that our S&P 500 PE ratio still continues to be elevated, right? We're at like a 40.47 level, right? So what he's aiming at is, or just kind of telling you that the tech of emerging technology of this days are in a frothy level. He didn't say bubble, he said frothy. Frothy means we're getting there. Prices are discounting unsustainable or unstainable, I guess. Are discounting unsustainable, okay. I don't know if there's a mistake here. No, maybe it's not. I think unsustainable. Maybe that's what you meant to say. New buyers have entered the market. Yes, definitely. We are in a bubble there. Frothy in the total stock market. We have a lot of people entering the stock market right now, right? We have a lot of people. Like straight up. Everybody and their mothers and fathers are buying stocks right now. You guys know this. Your barber, I bet you've been in that position where you're having a haircut and your barber's like, yo, did you buy any Tesla? and even your barber knows about Tesla, right? That usually is a good sign that we're approaching bubble territory, right? There is broad bullish sentiment. Yep, definitely across everything. Purchases are being financially financed by higher leverage. Absolutely, that's definitely for sure happening with all of these, right? And buyers and businesses have made extended forward purchases, somewhat, I would say, somewhat. So in terms of total stock market, we're not really like completely crazy, but in terms of emerging tech, yes, we are, right? We're already 3 out of 6 are already at bubble phase, and the others are fast approaching there, right? So that's what Dalia was talking about, pretty much. Okay, let's talk about the ticker of the week, Palantir. This one is okay. So I definitely did quite a bit of research about this company before, and I chose this as a ticker of the week this week because I feel like it is a good long-term prospect. Now, I must mention something. I am of the view that these shares might be slightly overvalued right now. Okay, in terms of valuation, in terms of price to sales, in terms of PE ratio, this company at this price is probably still overvalued. But because it is a growth company and does not generate that much cash flows right now, I'm excited about the amount of good work that they do. So the reason why I'm an investor in this business, and by the way, I bought the dip on Palantir, is because I believe in the business model. Okay, so I'm gonna tell it to you from my perspective on why I bought shares of this business, and I chose this company to do as a ticker of the week because I think that there's a genuine opportunity here for you guys to pick up a long-term position. So if you want to know more about this business, Palantir is actually the best way for me to explain it is Palantir is like has like two arms of business. Now there's something called Foundry, which is software they own and they operate. And Foundry's job is essentially like it builds a online version of your business. And what it does is it kind of like builds a grid of your business. So like maybe you own warehouses and you own delivery centers and or maybe you're just an oil producer and you own a factory and you own a distribution network, or maybe you're just a retailer and you own shops and you have suppliers. Foundry works for every single business, and what it does is it electrifies or puts your business in a digitized scale. So it replicates your business and puts it on a platform where you can look at your business and its connections with its partners, which is suppliers, buyers, anyone that is of interest. And what this does is it plugs in data in real time on what your supply levels are, your inventory levels are, your sales levels are, and it uses AI. Okay, it uses AI and data simulation through models to project forward what would happen across a timeline. Okay, and I think this kind of technology is very okay. It's not like ahead of its time. It's rightfully at its time, but I think that the issue is many people do not know. Many in today's context, what I'm trying to get at here is why Palantir will win is many people have access to data and they have access to services that can now provide this data and provide the correlation between data, but nobody actually provides a service where they help you to integrate that data to make business decisions. So that's where Foundry steps in, and that's where Palantir steps in. They kind of assign you somebody, they kind of hold your hand through the process, right? And everything's kind of in the cloud, right? That's my very beautiful cloud. No, that's definitely not a cloud. This is a cloud. There we go. Everything's in the cloud, and your entire business gets digitized to a process where you can see it scale bigger and bigger, right? And I think that's what really is the value proposition here. That is exactly what people will pay Palantir to do in the future. From an operational standpoint, that's what the US government pays Palantir to do, okay? It's to find out where efficiencies are lacking and then where they can better manage their resources. So that's what they focus on. I think the main thing is that they help every individual customer one by one, and they do so efficiently. One of their biggest customers is actually BP. Okay, they have a lot of big customers, by the way, and also governments at this point. BP actually saved billions of dollars through Palantir with efforts on kind of improving its conversion to green tech. Okay, and so you can read about all this in their investor relations presentation, and their revenues are growing at a pretty good pace. Okay, now even though their revenues are growing at a good pace, remember this business is still considered slightly overvalued, in my opinion, I think, right now. But why am I willing to pay a premium price for the product? Because I know that in the long run, a $10 or a $5 difference in this price doesn't make a big difference to me. And I would rather lock in my purchase price here, where I purchased it, than wait for a downside move further or upside move further. I would buy it where it is because I'm willing to pay a slight premium for the shares for a business that I intend to own for the next 5 years. So I have 100 shares of this business. It's not a big investment. This is a growth company. Growth. Okay, remember, growth business. So I intend to hold this for a while and see it, rise in the future. Okay. Now, importance of the TA here. It's sitting right above a demand zone. If you look on the 4 hour, a major head and shoulders pattern formed, and then failed to break the neckline and has closed above it. We'll see if it continues to find support here and move to the upside. The next key resistance area is between the $24 and the $28 level. This is going to be key level for Palantir to go up and test again. If we break through that level, then we will be going back home to the $30 to $34 level, which is the medium-term supply zone. And then there's a long-term supply zone, which is way up here at 40 some dollars, which I haven't plotted in yet because I don't see the need to just yet. Okay, so in terms of business model, this company has a great future. Now, one thing I like about it is majority of its revenues are brought in through contracts. And so it's a lot of contractual obligations. That's what I like. It's a locked-in revenue. So you can think of like a tech company where they have lots of obligations and contract-based work, pretty much. Other things, they have been working with a lot of great companies. They have top clearance for the U.S. Army, which is pretty good. So look at this over here. One of our 4 software as a service, DoD, Department of Defense, Impact Level 5 for Mission Critical Information National Systems. This is the highest level of clearance that you can get, I believe, for the national security systems. Look at where other companies fall on this. That's where Oracle is, Salesforce, SAP, Google, Snowflake. These are all lower stuff, and here comes Palantir with their more important stuff, right? And then you have the IL6 as well. Okay. What else here? Yeah, so Foundry. This is the software I was telling you guys about. So fully modular, take what you need, build on what you have, software-defined data integration, no-code apps for projection-grade AI in hours, AI-infused applications. This is what I was talking about earlier. I think it's extremely important. Mobile offering as well. So it's pretty cool. You can basically electrify your entire business and see what parts of your business are performing good, what performing bad, in terms of the scale of the business itself. PG&E also kind of hired Palantir to run some of its power grids and like not run, but kind of figure out where the issues are, right? Customer updates. They have this is 482 million from commercial customers, and I think this is their main growth egg that they're gonna grow. 44% revenues, that's pretty good, and I think that's something that we will be looking at. And then you have all of this other stuff. There you go. So they signed a multi-year, multi-million contract with PG&E to create a digital twin for enhanced safety and grid reliability. PG&E collects 8 to 10 billion data points every day, and is using Foundry to build a digital twin of entire network, actively improving electronic operations and asset management. And so this is going to be great for PG&E, in my opinion. And then helping BP, as I was mentioning, generate more than $1 billion in value through 2020 through a digital twin and simulation system in Foundry once again. So what Foundry does is it creates a digital twin of your business, which is pretty cool. And then you have Gotham, which is AI-enabled mission command. This is for the US government. Real-time streaming sensors, AI models deployed, and then aircraft, vehicles, ships around the world. And it's pretty awesome, in my opinion. Government business brings in 56% of revenue. And they have a fair bit of contracts and deals signed in Q4. 21 deals signed in Q4, each worth 5 million or more. 12 of these were worth more than 10 million, sorry. And not to mention, who else is buying Palantir? Kathy Woods, right? Kathy Woods is buying Palantir. She's been buying lots of it, actually. So Kathy's been accumulating quite a fair bit. Now, I already started a little bit on the valuation of this business, and I will give you guys a proper update probably sometime on Wednesday. Guys, also remember, this week's going to be a short week. Friday is going to be a holiday, and so the stock market's closed. So expect a lot of movement throughout the week, and yeah. That's all I have for Palantir. In terms of movement, I think we might see a retest of the 24-28 sometime in this coming month, April. And if we break that, we're going up to the supply zone up here. So that should be the case. If we go down here, then that means the whole market's selling off. So we have bigger problems. And that's where I will leave it for today. So lots of things to cover. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. I'm going to jump on the Zoom right now with my team. And I hope that you guys have a great trading day. Alrighty. Is there something we need to be concerned about with tech bubble? Well, we have been in a bubble for a while, so always something to concern about. By the way, guys, if you can, on your way out, smash the like button for me if you can. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I hope that you guys have a good trading day. In the meantime, I will see you guys on Wednesday for the next live stream. And yeah, take care. I'll see you all then. Bye-bye.